All right, so welcome. My name is Lynn. We're going to start with some relaxation yoga. We're going to start seated comfortably on the ground, and we can be seated on top of a pillow or blankets if that's comfortable for us. And we want to sit however we're comfortable. So we can sit cross-legged or legs straight out in front of us, whatever is most comfortable for us. We're just going to bring our hands wherever they're comfortable. They can be on the ground, on our legs. Kind of rest them together in the center, whatever feels good. Now we're going to focus on our breath. So we're welcome to close the eyes, look down towards the hands, the feet, or the floor. We're just going to find our breath. So whenever we're ready, take a nice deep breath in through that nose and exhaling out through that nose. As we inhale, think about expanding those ribs in all directions. And exhaling out the back of that throat and out that nose. As we breathe, just checking in with our bodies. How are we feeling today physically? How are we feeling mentally? How are we feeling emotionally? Just acknowledge how we're feeling today. Honoring that as we move through our slow yoga relaxation practice. Making sure we take options that feel good for us. Listening to our bodies. Letting go of all judgment and competition on our mat today. Give maybe a few more breaths right here before we begin. Just add some movement. This will be a short 30-minute relaxation practice. Nice and gentle and easy. Go ahead, if we're ready to start adding movement to our body, bringing our hands beside us. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. And then exhaling down through heart center. Inhale, lengthening our body towards the sky. And exhaling our hands through heart center. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, releasing. Just moving our arms with our breath. And notice how our shoulders are feeling as we invite this movement into our body. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, stopping with those hands at heart center. You make 3 breaths right here. Inhaling deeply and exhaling out. Inhaling deeply and exhaling out. One more breath here. And exhale out. Release those hands down by our sides. You can put the palms down, fingertips down like cupcakes with cupcake hands, or you can put your fists down. We're going to take our right arm, inhale, lift and lengthen, left hand on the ground or fist. And lengthen through the side and then exhale, come across. Feel the stretch down the side of our body. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release, switching sides. Lengthen that left arm up. And then exhale, come across. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. Go back to the right arm. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, reaching across. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Left arm last time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, come across. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Again, both hands by the hips. And choose how you want those hands. We're going to tip back a little bit. lift the chest, maybe lift the chin towards the ceiling, opening through the heart center across the collarbones. Breathing here as we hold. Inhale, lifting back to center, and exhale, release. I'm gonna add a little twist. So let's walk to the right side. So kind of walk your right hand by the hip, left hand, you can use your leg for leverage or it can be on the floor. And then exhale, twist the lower back, middle back, upper back, look over that shoulder. Breathing and hold this nice, gentle twist. Inhaling, as we exhale, slowly release to center. And we're gonna go to the left side. So left hand by the hip or on the ground. We can bring that right hand across. Lengthen the spine and then twist low back, middle back, upper back. Look over that shoulder and breathe. Just holding a few breaths. And then releasing back to center. Let's go ahead, bring our knees around, coming to all fours. Please feel free to pad our knees if we need extra padding under our knees. Hands come underneath our shoulders. We can do palms or fists down, fists for wrists, or knees come under the hips. Take a nice deep breath here. Neutral spine, and then as we exhale, tuck the tailbone, arch up that back into cat. And then as we inhale, release into that power sway back. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone, arch it up. And inhale, releasing to that sway back cow. Just moving with our breath between cat and cow. Notice how the spine is feeling. Notice how the low back is feeling. One more time. Exhale as we arch up into cat. Inhaling as we release to cat. Coming back to that nice neutral spine. Let's go ahead and find a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Sit back over those heels. Breathing as we find child's pose. So we can use child's pose anytime during our yoga practice. We may use it in place of down dog if we go there. We may go there for a little calf stretch, but that's about it. Inhale, shifting forward. Now we're going to shift forward over our right shoulder, our left shoulder, and then shift back over our right heel, left heel. So it's a figure eight with our spine. Inhale forward, exhale over those heels. Shifting forward, shoulder to shoulder, heel to heel. Notice if our shoulders or hips are tight. We give them a little bit of extra on our side to side in that figure eight. When we come over those heels, reverse direction, same thing, just go the other way. Left to right, inhale forward, shoulder to shoulder, exhaling, heel to heel. This time, when we come over those heels, finding our child's pose, breathing and holding. Inhale, shifting forward, and we're going to bend our elbows, dropping down to our mat on our belly. Feet about hip width apart, hands next to those shoulders. Do a little baby cobra. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Baby cobra as we lift and lengthen the head forward and up and lowering down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. One more time. And lowering down. Pressing back into our child's pose. Sitting back over those heels. Inhale, coming forward. Walk those hands in, knees in. Put a little spinal balance here. Sending our left foot back behind us. Push like we're going against, pushing that heel against the wall. Right arm forward. Inhale, lengthen. Active through the spine. Inhale, reaching long. And then exhale is pull to the center. Inhale, push away from the center of the body. Exhale, pull to the center. And notice what our belly is doing. Are we pulling the belly button towards the spine? Are we really engaging through the back of our body? Notice those things as we breathe. You can always just do the leg and take the arm out of it. Let's do one more here. And releasing down, switching sides. Take that right foot back behind us, so we're pushing against the wall. Left arm forward, thumb up. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, pull to the center. Inhale, lengthen that body. Exhale, rounding slightly in the center. We can always just do the foot. Just moving with our breath, really elongating that body. And notice what that belly is doing. We're pulling that belly button towards the spine. Finishing this one here, returning to all fours. Let's do a little stretch of our calves. Walk those hands slightly forward. We're gonna go to our downward facing dog. We're just gonna kind of walk it out for a stretch. So you're gonna lift up into that inverted V, downward facing dog. Lift both heels up, drop one heel down, press into the heel. Inhale, lift, drop the other heel down. Inhale, both heels up. Exhale, drop one heel down. Inhale, lift both heels up. Exhale, drop one heel. Now you're welcome to hold a little longer if you'd like that stretch up the calf and the back of the leg. Or you can just keep pedaling the feet, walking that dog. Slowly drop both heels. And then slowly drop both knees towards the mat. Let's do a little hip stretch here. So bring our left foot forward in front of us. We're going to sink down into our hips. We can have the hands on the ground next to our legs. We want the front knee in line with the ankle. Notice the back hip. We're really forward in front of that knee to stretch through that hip flexor group. Breathing. And we're going to walk up that leg, lifting the chest. Here's our opportunity to really get into our psoas muscle here. Shifting forward. Hands can be at heart center. They can be on the leg. You can choose to take them overhead. Any option that feels okay right here. Just opening that hip flexor. Slowly release the hands down. We're going to take our right hand down on the floor, opposite hand on the floor. And we're going to do a twist. We can open up. Now we can keep that knee down, or we can curl up and lift off the ground if we like. The hand can also go to the low back as we twist, keeping the front knee in line with our ankle, and the back knee's either on the ground or lifted. Arm in the air or behind the back. Inhaling as we exhale, bring the hand down. Slowly walking back, shift your weight back, pull the toes towards the nose, fingertips towards the ground or hands towards the ground. Feel that stretch up the backs of our legs. Nice long hamstring stretch here on that front leg. Just breathe and hold. Slowly walking back forward. Go ahead and pull that leg back. We'll switch legs. Other leg comes forward. Front knee in line with our ankle here. Shifting forward in that back hip. Starting with the hands on the ground. Once we're ready, we're going to lift the chest up. So we can push up on that leg. Hand can stay on the leg. Hands can go to heart center. Or we can reach overhead. Whatever feels best today for us. Just take a moment and just hold. Notice how that whole muscle is feeling here. We do a lot of sitting, walking, running. This muscle group that pulls that leg up gets a lot of work. Taking that opposite hand, bring it to the ground. We're going to go to that twist. Inhale, lift the other arm up in the air. We can stay here on the knee, or we can curl that back foot under and lift up dropping down into a full low twisting lunge. Hand can always be at low back if we need that option. We can stay on that knee if we need that option. Releasing the hand down. We're going to shift our weight back. Pull the front toes towards the knees. A nice long hamstring stretch here. Breathing. Just noticing if this hamstring was tighter than the other one. Breathe and hold. Slowly coming back forward. We're going to pull that foot back. Let's do a little child's pose here. Sitting back over those heels, drop the forehead towards the mat. Let's get a little upper back stretch. We're going to take our right arm in the air, lift it up, and then bring it through. Thread the needle underneath, palm up. Look under that armpit, threading that needle. We can keep that left arm on the mat or to bring it around, tuck it behind, reaching for that back of the thigh. Or it's overhead, either option. Goal here is to feel the stretch in the upper back, maybe in that shoulder that we're laying on or wrapped around the shoulder. Bringing that hand back to the ground, press in and lift up. Switching sides. Left arm up in the air, thread the needle underneath, reaching through. Sink back over the hips, look under the armpit, all the weight in that arm, the shoulder. We may keep that hand on the ground or bring it behind our back. Whatever option feels best. Upper back twist right here. Bringing that hand back to the mat, pressing up, untwisting. Great job. Let's go bring our feet around. Let's have a seat. Again, we're welcome to sit on blankets, pillows, yoga blocks, or with your legs out in front of us. I'm going to turn to the side. Put legs straight out in front of us. We're going to pull those toes towards the chest. Knees can be soft. If we need to, soften them more. Sitting up super tall. Inhale, lifting up. And then exhale, tip from the hip, reaching down towards our legs. It can be on the calves, towards the ankles, or we can grab those feet, looking towards our knees. Just breathe here. We're in a seated forward fold. Notice how we're feeling. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling. Slowly walk back up that leg. Pull our left leg in to the right. The foot is out in front. And we're going to start by walking forward, looking towards our knee, stopping those hands wherever needed. Just notice, are we feeling this more in the straight leg, the bent leg, across the back? Now we're going to keep, this is my right leg. I'm going to keep my right hand on my right leg. I'm going to take my left arm up in the air and reach over the top. Stacking our shoulders like I'm reaching towards my toe, opening the chest. Feel the stretch from the armpit down towards the hip. Inhale, lifting up. Let's switch legs. So straighten that leg, bring the other leg in. Once we're ready, turn our chest towards that front leg, and then tip from our hip, walking forward. Pull the toes towards the knees, looking towards our knee. And just notice where we're feeling it on this side, straight leg, across the back, bent leg. This is my left leg. My left hand is staying down. My right hand is going to reach up over the top, and then it's going to come across like I'm reaching for my toe. My shoulders are stacked, my chest is open. I'm feeling the stretch from the armpit down towards the hip. And breathe. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to bring the soles of both feet together, finding butterfly again. Please feel free to sit up on blankets or pillows, especially if your knees are up kind of high. It just helps us open our hips a little bit more. That could be just how our hips are made in our hip sockets. So feet together, lengthen the spine, sitting up super tall. Knees as far open as our body will allow. Inhale, lift the chest, and we're going to keep our back nice and straight. We're just going to tip forward. Our eye gaze is going to drop either in front of our feet or to our feet. Holding here for about 3 breaths, and then we'll change the spine. Nice, long breaths. Now we can choose to stay here, or we can choose to round the spine a little bit more and think nose towards toes. You don't have to do that, but that's the visualization we want to think about. And just breathe. On our next inhale, we're slowly going to lift our chest up. Pull our knees at the back of one of our legs, slowly lowering down. Let's start with both feet on the ground. Walk them in. We're going to do a gentle rolling bridge. So feet about hip width apart, walk them close to our glutes. Arms beside us are out at the shoulders, either option. Palms facing up. Take a breath here as we exhale. Lift the hips towards the sky. And then releasing down slowly. Think about lifting those hips towards the sky. And then releasing slowly. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, lifting up. And take our time on the release. Think about as we lift up, tuck the tailbone first, and then lift the spine. And then at the top, start at the shoulders. And slowly lower down. 1 more time, last bridge. And lowering all the way down. Hugging both knees into our chest. We can rock back and forth or side to side. Dropping both feet to the mat. Right foot in the air, grab behind the thigh or the calf, push the heel up, hamstring stretch. Pull that leg towards the chest. Keep pushing the heel towards the ceiling. Breathing. Holding. We're slowly going to drop that foot across that knee. So we are on the thigh. Hold that toe towards our knee. And we can either stay here or we can lift it up, getting a little bit more hip stretch. Next option is to pull the leg towards our chest. Laying down pigeon pose. Just breathe here. Notice how our hips are feeling. Slowly, if we're ready, drop that foot down. If we would like some more time in it, please feel free to take some more time. Taking my arms wide, and I'm going to drop my right foot towards the floor. I'm kind of close to the door, so I got to move my hips. If you need to move the hips, please feel free to do so. So stretching through the lower back here. If it's really intense in the low back, please uncross the legs and just keep the knees and feet together. Nice hip spine release. And breathe. On our next inhale, slowly come back to center. Uncrossing that top leg. Switching sides. Left leg up in the air. Grab behind the thigh or the calf. Pull that leg towards the chest. Push the heel towards the ceiling. Nice long hamstring stretch. Feeling it in the back of that leg. Breathing. Slowly release. Bring that foot across the thigh. Pull the toes towards the knee. We can keep the foot on the ground. We can choose to lift it up. We can choose to grab that bottom leg, pull towards us in our reclined pigeon pose. Just breathing here. And notice which side was tighter. Usually one side is tighter than the other. Slowly dropping that foot down. I'm taking my arms nice and wide, and then I'm going to drop my foot across the body to the other side. Keep the shoulder down. I'm going to look away from that knee. Again, if this is super intense in the low back, please uncross the legs and pull the knees and legs feet together. Slowly inhale, rising back to center, hugging both knees into our chest. We're going to go into happy baby next. So we can either grab behind our thighs, pulling the knees down, grab our feet with the arches or the big toes, pull the knees outside the body, press the heels up. And breathe in happy baby. Dynamic tension in our legs. We're pulling down while we push away at the same time. Hopefully feeling a release through our low back, inner thighs. Welcome to rock if it feels great. Go ahead and rock. And breathe. Slowly release those feet all the way down to the ground. And our final pose will be reclined butterfly, feet together, knees open wide. Hands can go beside us on the belly and chest as we breathe or overhead. Just holding there wherever we're going to be. 3 nice deep breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale, open mouth, exhale. Inhale deeply. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale deeply. Open mouth, exhale. One more breath. Inhale deeply. And exhaling out. Slowly bend the knees, coming back to center. Let's pull our right knee towards our chest, left foot towards the ground. Just holding here, maybe rolling in the hip, maybe roll the ankles. We get ready for yoga nidra soon. That means we're going to be laying down and we need to be super comfortable. Slowly release, switching sides. Hug that knee, another foot down. Maybe roll the hip in the socket, maybe roll the ankles. So if you've never done yoga nidra, it's considered yogic sleep. That's what we'll be going to next. You need to make yourself super comfortable. So you're gonna need maybe some pillows or blankets. And if you wanna cover your eyes with something, please feel free to do that. Hugging both knees into our chest. Slowly roll to our side, coming up. So please go get your props, come back. I'll help get you set up, and then I'm going to talk the whole time. I won't really be doing it with you. The nidra practice will just be for you. So go get your props, blankets, pillows.